This is On Tilt Trading. Let's review my watch list for today. This morning, right now, we're about 25 minutes from the opening of the U.S. market. I'm currently watching three currency pairs. First up is Ethereum. Let's put my charts into perspective before we get going. This is a candlestick area up here. This is a volume profile. This is a slow stochastic indicator. This is the MACD indicator. These purple lines that you see here, these are Camarilla pivot points. This is Camarilla pivot point S3. This is Camarilla pivot point S4. This blue line that you're seeing down here under the candlesticks, this is the 200. Let's clean that up. This is the 200 EMA. Exponential moving average is this blue line right here. This is the 15-minute chart. This is the daily chart. This is a Fibonacci retracement just to help me get better entries. So I'll walk you through what I'm seeing on Ethereum this morning. So here on the daily, we can see we're approaching some overbought conditions. Buyers have momentum. MACD is over the average, and we're well below this 200 EMA here. Here on the 15-minute, we have buyers with some momentum and the MACD over the average. We're at overbought conditions. We're above the 200 EMA, but we're trading very close to it. And then there's an elevated volume profile on this candle that sold off below this S4 level. And based on my trading system, which is based off the Camarilla pivot points, anytime price action sells below the S4 level, you want to look for a short, and a short from S4 down here to S6 is this particular trade idea. Here, S6, this being S4. So an S4 to an S6 traverse. Right now, I'm looking for pullback up here to this 0.61 or 0.618 level. If I can get pulled back to here with the proper risk to reward, I'll take an entry. My only concern about this particular trade idea is that the price action is currently above the 200 EMA here. When I take a trade, I prefer to see price action on the trade side of the 200 EMA. Not every setup is going to be an A+ setup. I could look at other currency pairs and that are trading in between this S3 and S4 level, because based on my system, currency pairs that trade below S4, you want to take them short. If they're trading at or above S3 or even halfway in between, you want to take them long for an S3 to an R3 traverse. Currently, I believe Bitcoin and a couple other currency pairs are setting up to potentially be a long, but I want to go with what's more obvious, not necessarily what could happen. Also with yesterday's rally, trying to let go of yesterday's long bias. So today, just trading the technicals, and what I'm seeing here, Ethereum is setting up for a potential short. Right now, I'm just waiting for a pullback to my desired level here on the Fibonacci retracement. And again, the only thing I don't like is price action is going to have to sell through this 200 EMA, which we can see it closed below on this candle, but has not closed below since, and has struggled to make that sell off. So this may take some effort on the part of the sellers to sell through this buying, but here that'll happen at the 200 EMA. But ideally, taking trades as close to the 200 EMA is my desired preference. So this one, if it works out, I would take above the 200 EMA with the trade idea of it selling off below the 200, below this S4, and down to the S6 level. But we'll keep an eye on this and see how this trades, if we can get some pullback here after the open, and then get the sellers to come in and sell this currency pair off. But we'll see how it goes today. Next up, we'll take a look at Dogecoin. So Dogecoin, very similar setup to Ethereum. We can see here on the daily chart, we're well below this 200 EMA. We're on the daily, we're headed towards overbought conditions. There's increasing buyer momentum with the MACD above the average. Too early to get an idea on the volume profile of today. We can see an elevated volume profile on this sell candle that sold below the S4 level. This is S4 here. This is S3. This trade idea would be an S4 to an S6 traverse here short. We can see we have some candles that do close below the 200 EMA here, but the price action is still struggling around it. We can see in this candle, price action is still going below the 200 EMA. I would need this currency pair to come back to this level to get an entry with a proper risk to reward. Dogecoin is probably, based on what I've seen on the three currency pairs that I'm watching this morning, or at least currently, is in the position of the worst risk to reward right now. So this would have to pull back quite a bit, probably to this 0.764 level in order to have the right risk to reward. But I'm just going to wait for the open to see if there's any buying or any consolidation. But ideally, price action on Dogecoin will have to pull back to this level in order to take an entry. It could sell off. It could trade higher past this S3 level. We'll see. But based on price action and what I'm seeing so far, this is my trade idea on Dogecoin. Next, we'll come over to Litecoin. Litecoin setting up very similar to Ethereum and Dogecoin. We can see here on the daily, we're trading below this 200 EMA. We're headed towards overbought conditions on the daily, but we're more probably, let's say, maybe in the upper half of the range here on the slow stochastic. Declining declining seller momentum on the MACD, and it's pretty flat. You can see up here on the daily, we have this elevated volume profile on this candle that sold through this S4 level. This would be an S4 to an S6 traverse potentially here. And we can see candles that close below the 200 EMA here, this being the 200 EMA right here. So we have some candles closing below, and the price action is happening right at the 200 EMA. So we'll see how, or we'll continue to watch to see how this goes. I'll need it to pull back to this 0.618 level in order to take an entry. We can see we're already in some overbought conditions here on the slow stochastic. We've got some increasing buyer momentum with MACD trading above the average here on the MACD. So we'll see here how price action goes. If we can get up to an entry price, I'll take it. But again, I don't like the fact that the price action is still above this 200 EMA. But the only way to get to a pullback entry would be to take an entry above this 200 EMA. So we'll take a look. In case these trades don't work out, also looking at Bitcoin for a potential long, even though I don't like it as much as I like these, because they've already set up, the price action is already broken out below this S4 level here in this candle. Excuse me, just like the rest of the currency pairs. So even though it's not an A++ setup like I would like to see, it has my attention until it loses this look and something else gets a better look. So short bias this morning, but we'll keep an eye on things to see how they go. If things reverse, I'll take a look again at Bitcoin, and I think there are a couple of other currency pairs that have the same look, but I can't recall them off the top of my mind right now, because I want to stay focused on what I'm seeing instead of what I could potentially see or what could potentially set up later. Just trying to focus on what the market presents and take it from there. So maybe we'll get some buying at the open, get some pullback, then I'll take an entry, and then we can deal with this 200 EMA and see if the sellers have the strength and momentum to sell below for a short to the S6 level today. But these currency pairs on my watch list for today. This is on Tilt Trading, and we'll see you next time.